We sure hope our Wi-Fi is stable this week, because we aren't here on the 1 Hour, One Brain Cell podcast. Raise your hand if you nearly had to well check on your co-host due to the results of a football game this weekend. Because I surely did. I was worried about you yesterday, man. I was checking your Twitter for signs of life.
Hey, you know what? You know what they say? You know what they say?
No, not actually.
You do not know what they say? Well, they say survive in advance is what they say.
The
And
streets.
that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how you get the
Oh.
the journey. The journey doesn't. The journey to get there doesn't matter. Okay, it's the end result.
So you say it's about the destination, not the journey? That's not what I've been told. It's not what I've always said, but you know what, whatever. Yeah, both of our teams won
Yes.
this week. So far anyway. There's more results pending, but we're doing okay. And America's football team won, so you know, pretty much everybody's doing all right around these parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't believe that the tickets for the national championship game are like $5,000 to get in, which is like more than a Super Bowl at this point.
It just keeps going up. Every time I look at it, it keeps going up. And there's tons of people I know that are going to the game, and I just hope that they manage to get like face value tickets instead of paying whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know people that just bought them outright. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm interested to see what that crowd split is, because it seems like the last two Indiana college football playoff games have been like at least a 70-30 split.
Yeah. From what I read on the internet, and the internet is never wrong,
No.
each school gets 20,000 allotment,
Okay.
and then the rest is all like corporate sponsors and such that get a lot of those tickets to, you know, sell to their clients, and et cetera, et cetera.
What's the
So
capacity of Hard Rock Stadium?
like 70,000 probably.
Let's see. Hard Rock Stadium is 65-3.
Close.
So if each school gets 20, then 2/3 of it is fans and a third of it is sponsors. That's
Yeah.
not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
so people, I think they're expecting like a 50-50 split, because this isn't like, you know, Oregon, where they had to travel across the country and then just like none of them, apparently none of them bought tickets or whatever. Like they, 'cause there was no green in that stadium
No.
at the
Except
Peach
for
Bowl.
like one little section next to the
Yeah.
band. It was
Yeah. But this one is actually like at the freaking Miami home stadium, so you know they're gonna like easily sell all their tickets because they don't have to go anywhere. Now, how's that for a conspiracy? That it's rigged, because I don't remember, at least in the current iteration of the last 20 plus years, where a national championship college football game was hosted by the one of the teams participating in the championship game.
Well, they only have to paint one end zone, so that's probably nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's the first time in the modern era that a team has played the title game in their home stadium.
Can you fix your camera a little bit? We got some.
What's wrong?
We got some residual. We got
yeah,
some.
Sorry, it
We got
tilts, and then like my laptop screen just
Yes.
creeps up into it.
There were
and then
some
it gets a little
residuals there.
blurry.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
We're good now. We're good.
Yeah.
ADHD podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens.
Like if things go wrong, I'll just simply block myself.
Hello.
I'll hide behind a wall.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about
Peach Bowl.
it being rigged because Miami's in the championship game.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have rather had them or Mississippi.
Miami's defense is good,
Yeah, but
allegedly.
I just have a desperate need to see Carson Beck fail. I don't know what started that. Maybe it was cuz he was like one of the first big NIL dominoes and it was
Yeah,
like I think he's a mid quarterback, but he's getting
yeah.
paid a whole lot of money. So,
Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, I just want Michael Irvin and Ray Lewis, who were both on the sidelines at all of these games for
Michael
the U.
Irvin's little shtick lately has been
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Just I just want the side of them like once the thing if Indiana plays up to what we think they should play like, and they did, and they have through two
Mhm.
games, they've played some of the best college football I've ever seen. And if they continue on that path, Michael Irvin and the rest of the big time players from the U aren't going to be anywhere near that sideline because you know they want to get the hell out of there.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like what happened in the Alabama game. You and I were
Yeah.
both texting. We're like, I can't wait to see what Nick Saban's face is at halftime, and then he
Yes.
disappeared.
He
Like,
didn't show up.
hmm, interesting.
Yeah. Uh, side note, the one thing, because here's the thing, I know how ESPN operates, and so you know that the entire game is just it's going to be the director taking taking the camera on all the ex Miami players the entire game, and we're just going to be so sick of it.
Probably. And they're gonna find a way to continue to push this narrative that we haven't played anybody somehow. I literally
Right?
don't know, but it feels like you know what's interesting is this past weekend the narrative was no longer that we haven't played anybody, it's that we're cheating somehow. Like
Right.
once you start getting the
Oh,
cheating
the,
allegations,
oh
you're so
yes,
on.
yeah. That's so stupid. It's like, oh, all of our players, because all their players are 23 and 24, and they're all seniors, and like, get out of here.
Like our punter is like 28. So that's definitely skewing the age limit a little bit. All those kids that come over from like
Yeah.
Australia that are really good punters and kickers, they tend to start school later, but I swear he has like a 98 birth year if I'm not mistaken. Which is crazy to me. But yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that's the
Um.
way that the transfer portal works. That's not
Yes.
cheating.
Correct.
You could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once you start getting cheating allegations, you know you're good. It's
Yeah. It's
serious.
not like people were bitching about Trinidad Chambliss being around for five,
Hmm.
6 years, right? He's trying to get another year too. They're trying to finagle it to
I think
get
he
him
was
an
trying to get a sixth year, and
yeah.
meanwhile, Carson Beck is on his seventh year.
No way. I don't
Yeah,
know anything.
he
I
was
don't know
like
anything.
the same incoming quarterback class as like
Trevor Lawrence.
Bo
Is it?
Nix and Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence. Yeah,
Okay, he's 23. So he was born in November 2002.
Carson Beck
Okay.
started college in the fall of 2020.
Yeah, so this he redshirted 2020.
Hmm.
So this he's played 5 seasons. Unreal.
Yep. All right.
That's crazy.
Reddit says Carson Beck is not in his seventh year of college, but he has received one COVID year and one red shirt, which makes him a sixth year.
Mm-hmm.
They said it gives me more reason to be mad. There we go. He played behind Stetson Bennett, so
Mm-hmm.
college football isn't real anyway.
Stetson, he played behind
Can't read.
Stetson Bennett,
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles Rams draft pick, who is yet to
Right.
ever see the field.
Well, not until Stafford leaves, and even then, unsure.
Nah, 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 nah. No
Yeah.
chance. Yeah, the Peach Bowl was fun. That was a great game. That was a beatdown of all beatdowns.
Mm-hmm. I mean, on paper, the score maybe looks closer than it was in the Alabama game, but if you watched it, just based on the eye test, it was the same, if not worse, of a beatdown. There were some garbage time points that Oregon scored, like in the Texas Tech game, where they
Hmm.
had that like last minute touchdown to make it 23 or something, and it was really only like 16 nothing. But we gave up like one big play. It was fun though. Scoring in the first 11 seconds is fun.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, you knew it was on from there. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, Dante Moore looking ever more and more like a New York Jet that he's bound to be.
Jets core, Mark Sanchez core.
um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, uh, our boy Fernando Mendoza had more touchdowns and incompletions again.
Yeah, he has like 8 touchdowns in the postseason and 5 incompletions.
It's
What?
gnarly.
That's an absurd statistic. He's got like, I don't know, there's some stat that came out today that I think I sent to you that he's got like 6 straight games with a certain number of touchdowns or
Hmm.
whatever, that in the modern era, no other quarterback has had more than 4 of those games or
Yeah.
something like that. It's it continues to amaze me. And at the start of the season, I'll be honest that I wasn't fully sold on Mendoza as the guy. I just the first couple of games weren't super impressive. But he in the back half of this season has been just dicing teams to go
Hmm.
out there and shred Alabama and shred Oregon and to make some of the throws he's been making just absolute laser beams, guided missiles, back shoulder. There was that one to Surratt in this game that he was on the left sideline and he was tied up with a defender. And I think he got a pass interference flag on this as well. But the ball went perfectly into the back shoulder pocket of
Hmm.
Elijah Surratt while he's getting out of bounds. It's like there's no way anybody makes that throw. Here we
Yes.
are.
Silly. I think I texted you. I think maybe it was. I think it was during the Peach Bowl. Maybe it was during the Rose Bowl. But I stand by it, which is like that kid just doesn't make bad throws. Like most college quarterbacks, most NFL quarterbacks are gonna make a bad throw
Mm-hmm.
more, more, multiple times per game. Just
Sure.
watch the NFL today. How many? And Matthew Stafford made some awful throws on
There was one
Saturday,
last night where
right?
like Puka had to play DB on this throw
Yes.
because it was such an ugly throw.
Yeah. Um, Trevor Lawrence and Josh Allen and Caleb Williams, like all of these guys, they make mistakes. Bryce Young, same guy. Like all of these playoff quarterbacks, they all make mistakes and bad throws and silly decisions. But like when I watch Fernando Mendoza, he just doesn't do that. Like even if he's buying some pressure in the backfield, he's able to be smart enough to move and still able to complete throws.
Hmm.
I saw some people on Twitter trying to compare him to Sam Bradford. Um,
I saw some Kirk Cousins comparisons. I
yeah,
don't I don't know
Kirk
which
Cousins
of
is I
those is
think Kirk
better.
Co- Kirk Cousins is like just because of their personalities I think are the same because Kirk Cousins is the
Yeah.
biggest goober in the history of mankind.
Yeah.
And so I can see that from that angle. Um, but yeah, Sam Bradford like lit it up at Oklahoma, and had that same like pro quarterback look to him, and his career was just awful, and a lot of that is because he played for bad teams. To be honest, like I
Yeah.
think Sam Bradford was a good quarterback, but he got drafted by the St. Louis Rams at a time when they were the worst franchise in the NFL.
Hmm.
Like and he eventually went on to play for the Eagles and have a little bit more success with them and but like so I think the Sam Bradford comparisons there's some similarities there, but hopefully Fernando ends up in a good position and I think a lot of possible head coaching candidates have to be looking at how he's playing and be like it immediately makes that Vegas job all the more desirable because you get to
Hmm.
coach that kid and like you get a quarterback who you want to be the leader of your football team and that is
Sure.
humongous.
And a guy who personality wise appears up to that task.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be an adjustment. There always is going from college to the pros. Typically, guys don't light it up in their first year.
Hmm.
out of college, except for, a handful of rare talents. But the thing that impresses me about Fernando Mendoza watching him is just it seems like he processes well. He's able to read a defense and
Yeah.
he adjusts the play and he makes he goes from his first, second, third read. He's not often looking directly at somebody and just going the whole way. I don't know why my camera's doing this again. And that I think is the biggest skill that like college quarterbacks are missing often nowadays. Just ignore me. I don't know. Hold on. Is that guys don't know how to read a defense or they don't know how to do a snap cadence or something coming out of college, and it really sets them up. It sets them up backward to start in the NFL. I'm gonna unplug my camera. Hold on.
Okay. Jordan's gonna go dark.
You keep talking.
Okay. I'll keep talking. I am
Okay.
talking. I am talking. We are talking. Are
we good?
talking? Yeah, I see you.
I unplugged it and nothing happened, so I don't know if that fixed the problem. Like I was still connected while I was unplugged. I'm not asking any questions here.
Sometimes you just have to.
Oh my god, it did it again.
Yeah. Oops! It did it again.
Okay. What if I just unplug it? What if I just keep it unplugged? Okay.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Anyway, that's the eye test for me, is that it seems like his processor is up to the point where he's going to be able to learn quickly and adapt to playing in the NFL.
Yes, I agree.
You can't teach that. You can, but that's a skill.
I agree. I'm just glad he's not going to the Jets, because whoever just.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Plus, if he goes to Vegas, we can go to Vegas and watch Fernando. We don't have to go to New Jersey to watch Fernando.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Correct. All right. Well, let's see. There we go. That's my take on that. That's our football talk for today.
Yeah,
I know everybody comes to the show for the football talk. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot of NFL podcasts out there, but nobody talks ball like we do on this show.
Nobody
That's for
knows
sure.
ball like us, for sure. Richie's the biggest ball doomer that I've ever met. Last night, you were literally on the train tracks on social media, like, just let it end, put me out of my misery. Like, it's like, oh no, are you okay?
Here's the thing. I kind of did it to myself, because even before the game, first of all, I should have brought up this TikTok that I sent you the other day, because this is actually a great discussion, I think, because I sent you the TikTok and it was the one where it's like, you're either a sports guy or you're a movie guy. And I said, well, what if you're both? To which you answered.
I said, if you pay for a subscription to a movie watching service, I believe that supersedes sports guy. Even if you enjoy sports, if you pay to go see up to 3 movies a week, that makes you a movie guy. And you're a sports doomer.
Yes.
The second something, I've told my parents this and my mom thinks it's really funny, but I'm like, the second something goes wrong, you're over it. You're on the train tracks. You're on the cliff. Like, this is the worst thing ever. Sell the whole franchise. I don't want to do this anymore. And my point about this is that you grew up an Arizona sports fan. We've been trained better than this. We persist even when the horrors persist.
No, I think it's the opposite.
The Cardinals are so bad. The Coyotes were so bad for a lot of years, except like a couple. The Suns have been atrocious, and yet we still watch. We didn't give up on them.
Yes. Hence, Arizona sports has made me cynical.
Right. Cynical, fine, but we still watch. It's not like we abandoned ship and like picked another team. We're like, okay, the Coyotes were really bad, so I'm going to go be a Tampa Bay Lightning fan because they're really good.
Yeah.
Said no one. You should be prepared better than this for like a couple of rough stretches. Come on, pal.
Well, it's different. It's different for the Rams. I feel like I'm the worst about this. Like, well, I do for the Diamondbacks too, I guess. How many times did I text you during the season this year? And
you text me fire Tory at least, how many games are in a season? 162. You text me fire Tory at least 81 times a season. And then the other 81 times, you're like, oh my God, we're so smart. It's like whiplash with you.
It's true. I can't deny those. I can't deny those allegations.
Right.
But
Only speak
it's
truth here.
but yeah, but with the Rams, it's a little bit different because the expectations are so much higher than a lot of my other teams, and so like I'm expecting like going to the playoffs. Like this team, I know that this Rams team is Super Bowl caliber, and so when they start to look, when they start to play down to their opponent, and like they did against Carolina for the most part, and when Matthew Stafford is you might as well call him, I don't know, pick a crap quarterback from around the league, and how bad he looked for 2 quarters, and you start to see why I was doom and gloom for a bit there.
I think really the only loser here is the Carolina Panthers because they need help. They're not a playoff caliber team. The only reason they got into the playoffs is because their division was terrible this year.
Yes.
And their quarterback, I'm not sold on Bryce Young being the guy. They're not a complete roster, and in doing all this, they just push themselves farther down the draft order to go and try and get a piece that could help them be a
Yeah.
contender. They're just going to end up in the same mid spot next year, and maybe the NFC South is going to get better around them.
Right.
I don't know. The Saints challenged at some points this year. The Buccaneers just fell off. Yeah, they're just hurting themselves. All they did was shoot themselves in the foot making the playoffs this year. I think
Yeah.
the same goes for the Jaguars. They got really hot at the end of the year. Screw you, Trevor Lawrence. You made me lose in fantasy by throwing down 2 godlike performances in the semifinal weeks. I'll never be over that. I'm retiring. But it's the same thing. Like, I don't think they have all the pieces either. And they got hot at the right time, but all they did was bump
They got hot
themselves
until
down
they
the draft
didn't.
board.
They got hot until they didn't.
Yeah, you did all this just to run into the Buffalo Bills. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Steinfeld.
Mr. Steinfeld. Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, Jordan had the so anyway, to cap off the story, so yeah, Jordan called me a sports doomer. And then I texted Jordan right before the game. This is probably 15 minutes before the game starts. And I'm like, getting ready to watch the game. And I texted and I said, I swear to God, if the Rams lose to the Carolina Panthers, I'm jumping off the Grand Canyon. So like I was like preparing myself for disaster. Like there's like, so you see now in hindsight, I for whatever reason had this like, little grain in the back of my head that was like things were going to go haywire and this wasn't going to be
You
as
do.
easy as
You
it
get
was.
impending sense of doom a lot, which I think is like a side effect of a lot of major medications, and you should probably talk to your doctor about that. I don't think that's like a side effect of Advil, but just in general.
But hey, the good news is, you know what? It's not over because the playoffs continue. So you're going to get more complaining from.
I really thought it was over when that punt got blocked.
Yeah.
I really thought it was over. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I'm going to
You're
have
gonna
to
tell
send
me
the
that.
authorities to your house. And then you had a lovely comparison to yourself and our favorite Hannah Emmy Binder, the Go Birds photo when she was stressing out about the Eagles.
Yes.
You did a really nice, maybe 99% accurate recreation of said
Yes.
photo in your Rams jersey.
Yeah.
Which was lovely for the
Shoot.
chat.
What did I do with that? It's gone. I originally had it ready. It is not. I do not have it anymore.
I mean,
At least to
I
pull
can
up
try and
quickly.
have it ready.
To pull it up quickly.
I can try and have it ready. I don't have the original photo, I don't think.
I tried to find the original Hannah picture. I couldn't find it on the internet.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where that one came from. Maybe it was Instagram or something that hers was on. We've made it into a sticker. That's the thing,
Yes,
is that Richie and I have added that to our sticker collection. Should I name this hat.jpg? Hat.jpg.jpg. Alright, here is a present image file. Hat.jpg. I got it.
There it is. Okay.
Here is the amount of stress that was occurring yesterday. High. It seems like high stress.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when this was. I don't remember exactly at what. I think this may have been like third quarter, maybe.
I think it was toward the end of the game because I want to
Yeah.
say that it was well in hand at that point where you were game to take that photo and you weren't stressing out too much.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's all a blur at this point, to be honest.
Yep.
I will say that I think I found um, superstition.
Mm,
Okay, so last year's playoff game here in Arizona against Minnesota, I wore an Aaron Donald jersey.
mm-hmm.
Rams won that game. Um, but this year, the couple times I've been like out and about and had and been wearing a Rams jersey when they've been playing, the jersey I
Mm-hmm.
wore was an Aaron Donald jersey, and they lost both of those games, and that was to Carolina and that was to Seattle.
Okay.
And so I was like, all right, well, I cannot wear this Aaron Donald jersey anymore. The juju is so bad. So Saturday I switched to the Cooper Cup jersey, and they won. So
I don't think you can wear that next week though.
the Cooper. So I got to
Yeah, because
switch. I got to brush.
doesn't he
I got to
play for Seattle?
He does play for Seattle. Yeah.
Then like, what are you gonna do?
I, I mean, I don't know. We don't know who they're playing yet. I don't know who they're playing. As
I
at
thought
least
you were
we're.
playing Seattle.
No, it's not. It
Doesn't Seattle have a
depends.
first round bye?
For Seattle's the one seed, but it depends
Yeah.
on who. Right now, the Eagles and Niners are playing, and whoever wins that game determines who the Rams play. If they're either going to play Seattle or Chicago. So,
I'm looking up the bracket right now.
I do have other jerseys I can wear.
No, based on the bracket, doesn't so Chicago advances to play the winner of the Niners and Eagles. You play the
No,
Seahawks.
no.
I don't know how to explain it better to
Actually,
you. I'm looking at
actually,
the bracket.
actually,
I am actually looking at the bracket.
the NFL reseeds their bracket. So
So stupid.
the higher seed plays the lowest seed.
That is actually so stupid. Why do you do this? God.
Yeah.
Reseed. What nonsense. Other sports don't do reseed, do they?
No, they don't. No.
Right. Lame. I like
Yeah.
the one plays 8, two plays 7, three plays
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6, and
Like
4 and
every other
5 play
sport.
each other's system.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just makes sense linearly.
Yes, it does. Anyway, so
Whatever.
so you don't want me to wear my Cooper Cup jersey if they're playing Cooper Cup. Is that what you're saying?
If they
I don't
play
think
Seattle, I'm not sure that makes a whole lot of sense.
I don't because he Cooper Cup won a Super Bowl MVP with the Rams. He's one of the best players in team history. Very important
Sure.
player, one of my favorite players. And I'm wearing the Rams jersey of him. Players move around all the time. That's okay. So like I'm not supporting Cooper Cup in Seattle. I'm, like
Mm. But I also
cuz my
feel like the opposite of that could be true is like say you're just like you're just a Cooper Cup fan and you go to a game in Seattle wearing a Cooper Cup Rams jersey, even if the Rams aren't playing, if you're just there for the Seahawks, people would still acknowledge you as friendly.
yeah, depending on
It
your
feels like you're
yeah.
playing both sides there.
Okay, so what you're telling me is I have to go in my closet and break out my Sam Bradford jersey.
Jeez, I don't know.
Mark Bolger?
Find me a Kurt Warner or Torrey Holt St. Louis Rams jersey. Marshall Falk.
They do have Torrey Holt jerseys available. I've always wanted one, but they're expensive.
Are
So
they the like Mitchell and Ness
yeah.
style, like vintage ones? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really nice, but they're expensive to your point.
Yes. Yes,
I
they
met
are.
Torrey Holt one year at the NFL experience that was for the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl here in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I like got him to sign a trading card
Mm-hmm.
uh that I don't know, had in a box of like cardboard from when I was a kid. He's like,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if I've seen this one. Put a really
That's
nice
cool.
autograph on it. Yeah.
That's dope. Was it
And
was
they,
it of him when he played for he he actually did play for the Seahawks too because he after he left the Rams he played for one extra season. I think he played for Seattle. Now that'd be
it
wild if
was
you had
it
a
was definitely a Rams card. Yeah.
yeah. Hang on, who else? Yeah, he played. Okay, let me look it up because I'm pretty sure he did play like one extra year and he did play in Seattle.
We're just helping you guys with
Oh,
your
oh no,
immaculate
he played
grid
for
right now.
Jacksonville. Sorry, he played for
Jackson.
Jacksonville
Oh,
for one season.
oof. Doom.
Not as weird, not as weird as when Isaac Bruce left and played for San Francisco. Now that was strange.
We're just helping you guys with your football immaculate grid right now. And
Yeah,
don't forget that Emmett Smith was once a Cardinal. You're all welcome.
yes he was. Yes he was. I remember. I
Oh, let's
remember that.
go. I just got a text from my coworker about Girl Scout cookies.
Ooh, Thin
My
Mints.
coworkers that have younger kids keep me stocked on Thin Mints every year. Big fan.
Thin Mints.
Big fan. Are you
Thin
you're a
Mints.
Thin Mint guy? What's like your second choice cookie?
Uh, I don't usually do a lot. I don't buy Girl Scouts because they're expensive as hell. Um, like Samoans, maybe it's the one. It's like the one. I think
The
it's the
coconut
one.
one.
It's got the chocolate, and then it's got the
hmm
thing. Yeah,
It has like
yeah,
the kind of flakes on top that are like the
yeah.
coconut. Yeah,
Those are good. I
those
like
are
those.
baller.
So those are the two. I think those are my two. Yeah.
Those are good choices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to drop like $20 on Girl Scout cookies. It's gonna be great. Okay, I have a question for you, which is
Oh,
it is January 11th,
yes.
and so far I've not seen you adhere to your promise on this show was that you were going to do a Richie Tries Hot Liquids segment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, soon
That's
enough it's going to be too hot for you to do the Richie Tries Hot Liquids
it
segment,
is.
and we haven't
Well,
seen one.
I mean, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We're recording at 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Like, I'm not. It's we're not at dinner time. I'm not hungry. So,
You
and
can have soup any time of the day. Soup
and
is a
it's
lunch food.
and it's 70 degrees outside right now. It's not.
Okay,
It
well,
doesn't
whose fault
call.
is that?
It doesn't call for
Oh my,
anything warm to be consumed at this moment in time.
this is so silly. I saw 3 people slide off the road today in Bloomington, and it's
Yes.
75 where you live.
Yeah.
The weather here.
Well, I did text you on yesterday morning, because I was up early to go to work ish, and I had to leave in the morning, and it was like 40 degrees. I was like, this is my hell.
hmm I know. I was texting my parents. I'm like, "Are you guys okay? Like, are you gonna freeze to death?" I think my dad said something to the extent of like, "If we don't make it, no, we love you very much." Like, and then sent me like a picture from outside, and it was perfectly sunny. I'm like,
Yes,
okay, it's all gonna be fine.
it's all gonna be fine. Um, but yeah, I broke the curse yesterday, and we had for the first time. Well, maybe not for the first time, but we went to a ramen spot in town. Have you ever heard of a place called Jinya Ramen? I don't know if they're, you
No,
know.
the only ramen I've ever eaten has been like the instant kind at my house. I've never gone out in public and paid for ramen. I've had like cup noodles
Yeah. Okay.
or the Maruchan kind that
Yeah.
come in the brick, like the
Mhm.
$1 brick that's like 1,000% daily value sodium.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
Right.
I really liked those my first year out here when I wasn't making any money.
um yeah, so I went to the ramen spot. We went to the ramen spot and decided to get some nice ramen. And you know what? I
What'd you
had a
get?
good time. I had it was like a it was a some sort of beef pork ramen of some sort.
All
I
right.
don't remember. I don't exactly know the name
It
of it,
wasn't
but
like hot pot, like it was like a dedicated ramen place.
it was actual ramen. Yeah, yeah. It comes in a
Okay.
nice little bowl with, the noodles and the broth
Yeah.
and the chicken or yeah, it was actually pretty good. 'Cause like my big problem with the hot stuff is that it is too hot, so it will burn. I'm always worried that it's going to be too hot and it's going to burn my tongue or burn my mouth, and I don't like that. I don't want that. But the ramen was actually at a really solid, like nice temperature. So I didn't have to like sit there and,
You blow on it, yeah.
you know, to cool it
Start
off.
fanning it.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
There's visual evidence of this. I haven't listened to this. I don't know what it sounds like. So, hang on. I'll just turn the volume down so we can
I
talk
haven't
over
listened
it.
to this either.
Yeah.
This is brand new to me.
Yeah. There it is. Here we go. Oh, looks awesome. Why isn't it playing?
Is this a video or a photo?
It is a video, but it is not.
I think it was a video.
It was a video, but it is not going.
All right, well, there you are.
Yeah, there's me trying some noodles, even though the video doesn't work. So you just have to take my word for it, I guess.
Yeah, just imagine. Can I confess, I'm afraid of hot pot. I don't know if you know what that is.
Is it like fondue?
No, good guess though. It's like, and I've not been to a place because I'm afraid of it, but the concept is like you cook the meat yourself, like at your table. And I guess it's popular among like, I think it's like mostly Asian food, but like hot pot scares me because I feel like you could just undercook it. I'm like, I want someone to cook this
Give
for
yourself
me,
food.
and
Give
like,
yourself
don't
food
trust
poisoning.
me to do it. Yeah, it's a dish of, also known as steamboat, fun name, is a dish of soup or stock kept simmering in a pot by a heat source on the table. So it's like hot liquid, essentially.
Yes.
And then you can cook different kinds of raw meat and vegetable and like tofu and things like that like you cook them in the broth. But I don't know if they give you guidelines or if they just like pull up with a tray of raw meat and say go ham and like.
Now,
I don't
first of
trust
all,
myself
I have
for
a
that.
problem with this. Why am I paying people for food that I'm going to cook myself at a restaurant? Mm-hmm. That's silly. I could do that at home for much cheaper.
Right. No, here's the thing about me. I'm crazy with food. I don't mess around with food safety at all. Like I'm the idiot that uses a thermometer to check if my chicken breast in the crock pot is done. And like once it comes to temperature, I probably let it go for like another 15 degrees past that. Like
Yeah.
I need to make sure it's cooked. I checked chicken nuggets the other day after they had been in the air fryer for 15 minutes to see if they were at 165. I am afraid of hot pot. And unless somebody who is listening to the show is an expert and wants to come show us the ropes on this, like I'm not going without a professional. Is essentially what I'm saying. And even then, like if you give me food poisoning and you consider yourself a professional, I will not go to that place with you ever again.
There's a place like right down the street from me called Hot Pot for Days.
Right. That scares me. There's a place in town here that does it. And like I've heard good things. I just don't trust myself to do that correctly.
Buffet style hot pot featuring a variety of meats, noodles, and seafood to add to the broth. Interesting.
Like just
Maybe
having a plate of raw meat placed in front of
I'm
me.
like actually generally curious about this now because I don't.
If you go, we're gonna need a review.
Our meat review, 4-star review. Our meat came out quickly: brisket, chicken, and catfish. The service was
Catfish?
excellent.
You're gonna put catfish in the broth and cook it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of that. I've only had catfish once in my life, and it still had bones in it.
Oh.
Well, it was like a live catfish, like just caught. What are you gonna do? It's a fish.
Yeah.
There's bones.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was not on our docket. I derailed it because I needed to express that I was afraid of hot pot. Okay. Speaking of another thing, food safety wise that I'm afraid of, I need to talk about microwaves with you because I need to know if you have the same concern that I do. I was looking at something the other day. It was a food item I had in my freezer. and it said that I needed to cook it in the oven at 400 degrees for 12 minutes or, check for doneness, whatever it is, in order for it to be the right temperature. Why did that same item say that I could microwave it for 90 seconds? What's happening in there? What goes on in a microwave that it needs 12 minutes in a traditional oven, but you can nuke it for for a minute and a half, and miraculously it's done? I'm afraid. I need to know what's happening in a microwave. Someone please.
These are existential questions that I've never thought of.
Hold on, I'm Googling it. What is happening in a
I'm
microwave that
they
it
said
cooks so fast?
it uses microwaves
I know, but like putting
to
I
generate
know
heat.
that there are differences in how a microwave heats food and how an oven works, blah blah blah. Ooh, Subway has an oven that is a combination of a traditional oven and a microwave oven, allowing the food inside to arrive at higher temperatures faster but also get crisped by the oven portion. We need that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Reddit's Explain Like I'm 5. Why can a meal that takes 30 minutes to cook in oven be cooked in 4 minutes in a microwave? Because they vibrate molecules at the atomic level, which creates friction and releases energy in the forms of heat. But then why is like a hot pocket always still cold in the middle after all that?
Science.
I don't
Science.
I don't know. I don't trust it. If I have an oven available, I'm never going to take the shorter option and cook it in the
Yeah.
microwave. Like cooking a frozen pizza in a microwave is horrifying to me. But you can.
Yes. Well, I do. But
No, the texture.
no, yes. Let me explain to you, okay? You don't judge.
Okay.
Don't
Okay,
judge.
I'm gonna
Listen. Will you listen to me? Okay? You make fun of me for not listening.
I'm going to listen quietly.
Listen.
Go ahead.
Please listen. Okay. I love the French bread pizzas, like the Red Baron French bread pizzas. And the directions state that you put it in the microwave for a minute to cook it. And then you put it in the toaster oven for like 8 minutes and that crisps it. And it's perfect.
I don't have a problem with that because
That's what I
there's an
do.
element of toaster oven included. And I do trust a
Yes.
toaster oven.
Yes. But I never just put it in the microwave. Unless it's like one of those little tiny little pizzas that are meant to go in the microwave, but I don't even eat those that often. So
Yeah, those are the like $1.25 put it in the
yeah.
microwave pizza that might as well be cardboard with sauce on it.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yes.
don't know why you would ever do that.
Nah. Nah.
Even to going back, even to make like ramen at home, you gotta boil water.
Yeah.
You have to get a pot and boil water.
Mm-hmm.
It's like pasta. Like I don't know, something about the microwave skeeves me out, and I just needed to put that out there and clear the air. That like, does anybody else find that weird that you could you need 12 minutes versus a minute and a half?
Yeah, if you ever do your stand-up special, that should be your lead joke.
I don't know if I'm gonna get anybody with that. It feels a little too similar to like airplane food. We'll work it. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah.
Speaking of stand up, the funniest one I saw lately was the one that I sent you about Hoobastank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To paraphrase the joke for the people, this is a comedian that says like, you know how Ubers do this, and I've been the victim of this, that like if you get in an Uber or a Lyft, sometimes the driver will change the music to whatever they think your personality is. This might be more directed at Richie than it's directed to me, because I feel like somebody would take one look at me and put on the top 40 station, but like whatever. But it's like they switched from something into promptly they saw this person and promptly switched to The Reason by Hoobastank. And then the joke goes on that it sort of is a joke within a joke, but it's good stuff. And if you've ever been profiled by an Uber driver for what music you're trying to listen to, you will relate to such a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there on TikTok if you want to go find it. I'm sure you can just look up like
Yeah,
Hoobastank
the
stand-up
only
comedy.
the worst judgment ever from an Uber driver is Chicago Uber driver. Nothing will ever top the infamous Chicago Uber
Okay, but
driver.
it was like the funniest thing. And I don't think there was any music during
No,
that ride.
I don't think
Uh,
so.
but I would rather have a memorable experience with an Uber driver like that, where it's just so funny. Uh, we had a good one. We had a good one that picked us up from the airport when we went to see Boy Genius in Colorado. That
Mm-hmm.
like was asking us what we listened to and like put on some other stuff that he thought that we
Yeah,
might like, and we found
yeah,
some good stuff on there.
yeah.
That's a good Uber driver. That's somebody
Yes,
that likes music.
yes.
Yeah, I would rather have that than like sit in silence. That's no fun.
Correct. Yeah.
Anyway, oh my god. Okay, speaking of music, since we're on it, do you have anything to add for tracks of the week this
I
week?
do.
What you
Son of
got?
a bitch. I need to stop dropping stuff for frick's sake. Um, I have. Okay, so you and I both saw Tessa Violet live a couple years ago. She
Mm-hmm.
opened for
Half Alive.
half. Thank you. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
correct. And
She
she
was
was great.
great. That was an
Yeah,
awesome show.
she was a lot of fun. She has a new single out called "Knowing," and it's great. Check it out.
Hell yeah, right on.
So I don't know if there's a new record coming out here later this year. I'm assuming yes, but yeah, it's been a while since Tessa's had new music. So shout out.
Right on. I also have recommendations from an opener. I have this person is sort of a he's like a tour manager slash merch guy slash basically security for Good Boy Daisy. Michael is a man of many talents, and last year he released a single of his own. The artist's name is Yucky Twang, which I believe when I told you that the first time, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a real person.
Mm-hmm.
And his prior single, Oil Spill, was really good, and he just put out a second one called Tell Me What I'm Good For, which was also real good. And we are both very excited to hopefully see Good Boy Daisy this round. They're going back on tour with the Somerset and a couple of other openers at a city near you. So go check them out if you're listening to this and you just want some good music. They're killer.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna ask for that day off of work, or maybe I'll come down with a cough and not go. I
Maybe.
was bummed because
I'm sick.
the last time they played here in Good Boy Daisy played here in Phoenix, um, I missed the show because I was working on a Sunday night, and actually I think that
Mm-hmm.
was I forget who were they with? Because you went to
It
that
was
part of the
Winona
tour.
Fighter at Valley
Yeah,
Bar.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I missed that part because it was on a Sunday night, so I couldn't go. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll just ask for that day off work. I'll make it work,
As you
and I will
should,
go.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring your friends. Like, get people to come out. Show up
Mm-hmm.
for that. I was trying to convince my parents to go. I'm like, here's the Arizona date in case you want to go. My dad's like, I don't know if like a 60-year-old person can show up there. It's like, music doesn't have an age limit. Go if you
No.
want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. There were like 8-year-olds at the Winona Fighter show and then also like 48-year-olds.
Yeah. Right.
And
Right.
everyone was moshing together. It was
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Music is great.
Correct.
All right. Anything to add for Letterboxd or BookTok this week from you?
Yeah, I saw multiple movies in theaters this week, actually, and on back-to-back days. I saw a movie called Hamnet. Are you familiar? It's
I've
about
heard about it, and I've heard
it's about
it's supposed to be really good.
it's about a ham who gets caught in a net. It's an animated
It's like a
film.
butterball turkey, but just for ham instead.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Zootopia but with food. Uh,
If you sell somebody on that premise and then they go and see actual Hamnet, they're gonna be mad at you.
yes. Yeah, Hamnet. I gave it what did I give it? 3.5 stars. It is a good movie, but it is like Oscar bait to a T. Like it's just I'll read my review. I expected to absolutely hate this, but damn it if it doesn't get you to feel something. Basically, Iron Claw set in the 17th century. Um, this is a tearjerker. Bring your tissues, um, because it's a super emotional movie, uh, and I think that's why I essentially give it 3.5 stars because I like there's so many movies nowadays that don't get you emotionally invested a lot of times, but like at least this movie you go in and like it actually gets you like you're gonna walk out feeling something, and that's like better. So that's why I gave it 3.5 stars. Jessie Buckley was good, not great. I don't think she should win the Oscar. She's like the runaway favorite to win Best Actress, and this is a
That's a
hot take.
stacked category, is it not?
Yeah. And it's like I'm sorry, she was good. She was good in the movie, and like I'm okay getting with her getting a nomination, but like only reason she's the front runner is because all she does the entire is just cry, an ugly cry the entire movie. I'm like, that's not acting, okay? That's just ugly crying. I saw so many better performances from other female actresses this year, who's who were so much better in terms of a range of emotions. And so,
Yeah.
my pick would be Chase Infinity, would be my pick from one battle after another, but I don't have a vote. Emma Stone bald, number 2.
I'm looking at the nominees, and somebody has posted the picture of it's like all those soldiers standing at the wall, and then there's a clown standing with them. And I'm not sure who they're suggesting is the clown, but it looks like, yeah. I mean, Chase Infinity's going to be solid in there. Emma Stone's going to be solid in there. I think Amanda Seyfried has a chance.
Yeah.
I don't
Actually,
think
I just
Cynthia
booked my ticket to
Erivo
go
will
see
get
that
it,
movie
although,
later this month.
yeah.
The Amanda Seyfried movie, Testament of Anne Lee. I'm excited to see that. Should be. It sounds really really fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of other things out there. Like, I don't know if they've formally announced, but like, Laura Dern made a movie this year. I don't know how you count out Laura Dern ever.
Laura Dern. Yeah. Speaking of Laura Dern, she was in the movie. I think this is what you're referring to. She was in a movie called "Is This Thing On?"
Yeah, that one.
With Will Arnett.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am not a big fan of rom coms. It's not my favorite genre whatsoever.
Right.
I
I've made
I
you watch
find
a handful of them,
yeah
but
yeah
they're not your favorite.
I find most of them to be cheesy and kind of retreads of each other, and it's just not my favorite genre. However, Is This Thing On is a rom com, I would say, and I was surprised. Like I gave this movie 4.5 stars. I loved this movie. It was so good. Like it was generally funny. Like it was it. I Laura Dern and Will Arnett are incredible, and I think Bradley Cooper directed this movie, and he does an incredible job directing this movie, and it is does its best to avoid a lot of the rom com tropes. And so I think that's kind of why I enjoyed this more than some other ones. And Bradley Cooper is in the movie, and he plays like this this actor who is trying to get jobs all over the place, and he's like a super stoner. He's so good. He's so funny. And a couple of other stand-up comics that you can see on pop up on my TikTok actually all the time show up in the movie. And yeah, Laura Dern is great. It's good movie. Go see it. Go check it out when it comes to your town. 4.5 stars.
There you go.
I really enjoyed it. And there's as I put in my review, I don't want to spoil it because I had no idea this was coming. However, I think if you look at the cast list, this person is in the cast list. So, but there is a cameo from a former professional athlete that showed up. That when he showed up, I was like, no freaking way. Did he do a good job? No. Was he funny? Not particularly. But it was the fact that he showed up at all was just killed me the entire time.
It's a professional athlete in an acting gig.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get what you get there.
Yeah.
Minus like John Cena in Pluribus and in Peacemaker. He's great.
I
I
have
tried
more
to watch a
movies.
movie this week, but I
Yeah,
haven't
I have
really,
more
so
movies coming up this week. I have actually booked out all of my A list. I'm maxed out on my A list for the next little bit,
that's
which is
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like it only
meanwhile,
looks
I have no plans to go to a movie theater anytime soon because I have to catch up on things that I've missed before I
yeah.
am interested in
Yeah,
seeing
you got to
anything.
save your money for Oppenheimer, or not Oppenheimer, but the Odyssey in 70 millimeter IMAX. You got to make the drive out to
Mm-mm.
India to do that.
No, girl, that sold out months ago.
No, they're gonna have more showings. That was just like the premiere opening night or like week. Like it's gonna be in theaters for a while,
Yeah,
so you're
but
gonna have
like,
more time.
think about all the people that didn't get tickets to opening night, that they're all going to be buying ones for the next showings too.
Yeah, yeah, like it's gonna be fine. You're gonna have plenty of opportunity to see the movie, so it's not gonna be the end of the world.
I don't really want to go see Matt Damon in 70 millimeter IMAX. I'm sorry. Hey,
Now
my
here, look.
parents watched One Battle After Another this week. They enjoyed it.
Ooh, they liked it.
They enjoyed it. My mom thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's great. It was actually that's like the one of my favorite things. Is like it's actually like it becomes kind of a comedy at the end, which is or a lot of it, and I think that's why it's one of my favorites. Plus, there's a lot of good stuff in there. But yeah, look at that. All four of my movies are booked out. There's
Anaconda?
yeah, I'm gonna go see Anaconda. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Now we're just
28,
doing things.
28 years later, Bone Temple, Testament of
Okay.
Anne Lee, and Send Help, the Sam Raimi with Rachel McAdams.
That actually looks okay. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything special, but it looks like it
No,
could be a
it's in
fun time at the
January.
movies.
Movies that are showing up in January usually aren't going to be good movies.
Okay, I suppose not. Like, didn't they just make a 28 whatevers later? Like, how did we do a
Came
new
out
one
last
that
year.
quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand TV shows doing another season in a year, but like a movie? Was
hmm
this just all extra footage from the other one?
No, no, no. They like, I think they like basically made them in quick succession of each other, but two
That's
different
crazy.
directors.
I can't remember
This
the last
one,
time that's
this one,
happened.
this one, Bone Temple is directed by Nia DaCosta, who directed The Marvels.
Hmm. That was a good movie too. That movie deserves
Yes,
more credit than what it gets.
I agree.
Do we want to throw in some award show looks? This is the other thing we have on the document. We
Oh yeah,
can
we can
do a
wrap up the
little
show with this.
red carpet fashion
Yeah, I just
analysis.
have we can just do the one, and then we can do more next week because the Golden Globes are tonight, so we're gonna have more Lukes to talk about.
That's so true.
Okay,
We haven't
so
done fashion in a while on this
we
show.
haven't. Yeah, we got to start ramping up to because we're gonna have the pretty soon. We're gonna have the Met Gala coming up here.
The Met Gala, the first Monday in May.
Yes. Okay, so this is from one of the Marty Supreme premieres. This is
Mm-hmm.
Timothy Chalamet and one of the who Jenner who
Kylie?
Brandy Jenner. Is that Brandy Jenner?
I think that's Kylie.
Whatever.
I think. I don't know.
I don't. Neither do
Maybe it's
I.
a
Nor
good
do
thing
I.
that we don't know.
Nor do I care. But anyways, there they are, and they're orange because see, I have to explain the outfit because in the movie there's an orange ping pong ball, which is a
Right,
big
they're
part of the
dressed like a
marketing.
regulation ping pong ball. Yeah.
So that's why they're wearing the orange outfits. Now,
Okay.
they did not look great, but who did look great is is our two goats from Hacks, Paul W. Downs and Megan Stalter showed up to the Critics' Choice Awards.
Mm-hmm. In a complete parody with the bag.
Yes.
Yeah, that is excellent. That is excellent work.
Just elite work from them.
One of the only other times I can remember that happening is I don't know if you've seen this movie. It was Ingrid Goes West with Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen. It's like an indie film essentially.
Mm-mm.
But the whole premise of it is like Aubrey Plaza is like a stalker of this famous influencer played by Elizabeth Olsen. And Olsen showed up on a red carpet one time for that movie, and then Aubrey
Mm-hmm.
Plaza shows up slightly later wearing the exact same thing, and it was like part of the shtick.
Mm-hmm.
That is so funny. Like I don't know if Timmy and the Jenner approved of that or thought it was funny, but I think it's funny.
It's incredible. Whoever came up with that idea, absolute geniuses. Oh, I found a picture.
You found a picture. Good.
Stand,
Picture.jpg.
stand by. Okay, why isn't it working?
You got issues over there today
It's
on the technical
stupid.
side.
It's fine. Okay. Why aren't you just showing me the dang picture I want? Okay, here we go. This will work. I found a picture.
You might just have to take our word for it, but I think Richie found it.
Yeah. Do you remember that? What was that PBS show that I used to always? Oh, I think it was Reading Rainbow. I think it was LeVar Burton that used to be part of his thing. But don't take my word for it. You know.
I'm
Do
not
you
sure I
remember that?
ever watched Reading Rainbow.
Oh my God! I sound like an old.
It was just out. No, it was just out of my corner. It was like I barely watched any of that PBS programming when I was a kid. I don't remember very much Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I don't remember very much Sesame Street, even though like I knew that they were on, but I didn't really
Right.
watch them. I think I was until I was old enough to have awareness.
Yeah.
I don't think I really watched that much TV, and then when I did, it was like cartoons.
Right. Here we go.
Yep. And it just fits so perfectly with
Yeah.
the movie, with what they were doing, and it
Yeah.
made me laugh. That I don't think Elizabeth Olsen knew that she was going to do that. So there's a
Yeah.
video of her like coming around the corner onto the red carpet and surprising her wearing the exact same thing, and it's so good.
Is that movie worth watching?
I really like it. Yeah. It's
Is it on?
what's not to like. Both of them give really good performances.
Where can I watch it?
It's been some years since I've seen it. It's on Tubi right now. It's on Poob. So there you go. It's on Tubi.
Oh, is it? Is it
Oh.
really on Tubi?
It's on Tubi where I watched. Did I tell the people I watched Mulholland Drive?
No.
There you go.
Because you watched it after we finished the show last week.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, I watched my first David Lynch, ladies and gentlemen, and I was as confused as you would expect. And I went to consult with one other person whom I follow on Letterboxd that I just based on their watch history. I was like, you've for sure seen Mulholland Drive. So I went to converse with this person about their thoughts and like if they understood it. And she came back. She's like, actually, I haven't seen that one. So she watched it and then was like, yeah, man, I don't understand it, but I don't think I really want to. And I've watched like 2 YouTube videos trying to explain it, and I'm no more set on it than I was immediately after watching. I will say, though, I will say 2 things and then I'll let you go. With David Lynch films, I think part of it is that you don't understand it. Because in a lot of the interviews he gave, when people would try and ask him, they're like, what's the meaning of this? He's like, I don't know. What do you think it means? It just was like intentionally very vague. And the whole thing is just kind of an abstract art project. But the thing I will say that I did admire about this, you've seen it, yeah?
Yeah.
The thing I did admire about that film is that in, how do I say this? It's like, okay, so it's like Marilyn Monroe, right? Like Marilyn Monroe comes to Hollywood and she's Norma Jean, but then on screen she's Marilyn Monroe. And like the very first appearance of her on screen, you can tell that like she's a star, she's something big. But there's tons of stories of people going to Hollywood to try and make it big and not making it. But like that's what the machine was fueled by and still is fueled by, is like the dreams of this glory and like Hollywood stardom and things like that. And it did a really good job of making you empathize with these characters and the divide between the dream and the reality of what Hollywood is, of what that life is, of what it will demand from you and what it will take from you. And even if you don't necessarily understand like the dream quality of the story or like the abstract nature of what it's trying to tell, you really are able to, it's a good character study on the 2 leads and the way that this life sort of affected them. And it makes you feel for the characters. And any film that can do that is all right in my book.
Correct.
There you go.
Well said.
I think I gave it 4 stars. It would have had more, except I didn't understand all of it. And there was a lot of boob in that film. No one warned me about the amount of boob that happens in Mulholland Drive. And I was like, thank God I watched this at home on my couch and not like in public. Like, that's not an airplane movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah.
Although maybe they would cut those out or censor it or something. I don't know. I'm not testing that theory anytime soon.
Good point. Good point.
Okay. That's enough of that. Anything else to add to the people before we leave?
Oh, I'll do a quick little book review here real quick.
Yeah.
I finished this one.
Mm-hmm.
I finished Strength of the Few.
Okay.
And
that's not the one you were trying to find, was it?
No. Update to that. Somebody actually returned their copy to the library like they were supposed to, so it's back in circulation. So, it is. Then somebody else checked it out, so I'm first in line to get it.
Nice.
Whenever it's due, whenever they return and get it due back. So I'll be able to start that trilogy soon. But yeah, Strength of the Few, James Arlington, gave it 4.5 stars. Not as good, not quite as good as the first book in the series, but still, like, it is a lot more like fast paced in a way in the second half of this book, and it's a lot more, more of like an adventurous type go type story than the first one, which like really slows down and builds character and everything. So good book, not perfect. Wish we would have gotten better supporting characters in this one and more character development than we did. So that's why I knocked it down just a tad, but I'm still excited to read the third book, which is coming out, I think, in 2027. So
all right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Arlington's writing style, so that's why I'm going to check out his other trilogy. So just finished that one, and then I just picked this up at the library this week. This one here called Babel.
Mm-hmm.
This is by R.F. Kuang. She wrote a book that came out last year called Catabasis. Catabasis, excuse me. And I read that book recently, and I gave that 5 stars. She's a really, really great writer. I'll tell you that much. Like, I actually would recommend checking out her writing. I'm curious to see what this is like compared to the other book I read. But like, I read that book Catabasis, and I was like, damn, I'm stupid, because like she is like her writing. She is in like. Yeah, anyway, she's a terrific, amazing writer. It's like, so
I think I've seen that one recommended. I've seen people post about that one.
It's very popular.
Really like
R.F. Kuang is a very, very popular writer. So, and this book is not part of a trilogy, which I enjoy. Like I said, the last book was just a singular book. So that's great. The same thing with this one, just a singular book. So I don't have to spend, reading a bunch of books in a trilogy or whatever. I can just read one book and then, oh, cool, that was a sustained story and I can move on. So anyway, there we go. BookTok 2026.
I think we're already on pace to have more books this year than we did last year, I feel like.
I actually read more books last year than I think I ever have since college, where I had to like actually read.
When you were required to read as part of the curriculum.
Yeah, I think I read I think I logged 19 books on Goodreads last year.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Well, you're already at 2, and it's January 11th.
I'm at 1.
1.5.
1. 1.5. I'm working on 2. Because I'm finishing the audiobook of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which is the book that Blade Runner was based on. So I've been listening to the audiobook. Because I was curious, the differences, what is the book and the movie and how different they are, because I love Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. I think they're incredible. And so I wanted to see the differences between the book and the movie. And so, yeah, there you go.
I'm done yapping. Pace for 24 is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Just let me make my point. Okay. This has been 97 episodes of this show somehow. We are rapidly approaching 100, which I still think we're planning on doing something standalone and special for you guys. We haven't yet decided what that is yet, but we're kind of running out of time to figure it out, so
Yes.
we should do that. But stay tuned to all of our social media channels for the most up to date information on what that's going to be and when that's going to be. We are at OHOBC Pod on everything. You got your Twitter, your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, and yell at us and tell us what we should be listening to and what we should be reading and all that good stuff. We do check our notifications because nobody really gives us notifications. So, yeah, we'll see you there. And until next time.